topic that we're going to talk about tonight. It's a question that we've gotten from a lot of people that we've been working with, and the question revolves around giving away free stuff, and then how and when should you start charging for your services? And I'm actually going to let Todd do most of the talking for a change because I'm losing my voice. I've got a chest cold. So.
Right. So it's kind of a question that we wrestled with for a long time when we got started, because we offered free stuff for probably a lot longer than we should have, and we could have been charging money a lot sooner. But I mean, this actually applies to whatever industry you're in, right? Whatever your niche is, whether you're focused on entrepreneurs or and helping people to make money online, or maybe you're a health coach or business coach, finance expert, horse trainer, dog trainer, whatever, right? There comes a point where people are going to start. There comes a point where people are going to start asking you for help, and like I mentioned before, for us, I really feel that we waited too long.
Right. Not that we've stopped giving away free stuff, so we still do a lot of that, but we didn't add the layer of being paid for our services, for our expertise.
Right.
So
what we really want to lay out here is just one of the paths you can take to, actually start charging for your services, right? For, if you've got a network marketing business, for people who don't want to join, you want to be able to offer some other options and still make some money. Well, this is one way that you can do it. And I'm not saying this is the only way, but this is one way that you can do it. So, if you're, like I mentioned, if you're building a network marketing business and you're trying to build your own team, obviously not everybody's going to want to buy and join, right? And so what we're talking about here is still being able to help those people by offering them something else, whether it's MLSP, a training product that you made, your own coaching, or some other level of help, right? There's a lot of different ways that you can do it. And, maybe, if you're someone who's gone through our Twitter training or Instagram training, I know a lot of people have run into this. Right. People are reaching out to you and they want to know how to do what you do. Right. So you've learned some skills, you've taken action, you've gotten your own results, and you're growing your own following, right? And you started sharing value, because that's one of the things we teach in the course is, you need to provide value. And now people are asking you for help, right? They're asking, how do I do what you do? So the question now becomes, well, what help and what level of help do you provide for free, and when do you actually start charging money for it, right? So you have a plan here on exactly how you can do that. So first thing is that you should have some experience and results of your own. Okay, don't try to create something or charge money for something that's just a theory for you at this point. You should have some experience or results of your own. Okay, and it doesn't have to be some miraculous, incredible result, right? It can be something simple.
And we created our very first stuff when we just started from Instagram. It was actually, we started growing our following steadily and quickly, and started generating leads. I don't even know if we had gotten sign-ups yet from it.
I don't think so.
But we had results. We had something that was working, and now I could share with people how to do that.
Right. So once you do start getting those results, and like I said, it can be something simple. Okay. It could even be something like you learn how to set up the automation software, and people want to learn how to put it on automation. It could be something like how to prospect people on social media and get leads from that. Okay, or maybe it's even something as simple as being able to post in Facebook groups and getting leads from that. Right? Even something simple as that. A lot of people, when they get into MLSP and they start getting results, it's really easy to look at someone else's results and say, "Oh, I'm not there yet." Right? So I don't have enough value to give, or I don't have something that could be charging money for yet because I don't have that person's results. Stop it. Stop it, because all you need to do is just be a couple steps ahead of the next person.
Right. And when you start getting some results like this, it's a great time to, honestly, that's when you create your own free giveaway. So start out with creating a free giveaway, something of value in exchange for contact information. This is a free PDF guide, video training, MP3 audio, whatever avenue that you want to go down, something free that gives them what they're looking for. Just, make sure that you put it behind a capture page so people actually give you their email information and you are building your email list in the process. But we can actually talk about some examples here about what could you offer for free. So this could be, a PDF guide on tips on how to grow your Instagram following or the right way to set up your profile. It could be video training on the right way to saddle a horse, right? If you're into horses. This could be a PDF download about budgeting if you're into financial stuff. A Facebook group where you teach online marketing, a challenge group or a workshop where you help jumpstart people's weight loss journeys, right? So this fits, this model fits no matter what your area of expertise is, no matter what the industry is. Now, it's important. Now, something that's important is that many people don't think about this, but you want to get testimonials from the people that are going through these free offers that you're giving, right? You want to follow up with people and get some testimonials because that's going to help you later down the road.
Exactly. And, if you can get the testimonial in a Facebook post or a Facebook comment, that's typically best. I heard this somewhere, I think it was from Mark Harbour told me, so I'm trusting Mark Harbour now. Is that when you get a Facebook testimonial, that's more convincing than any other sort of testimonial, right? If you can grab a screenshot of that. But that's why having, whatever you're doing, if you can add a Facebook group to it, that's a great way to, number one, build a private Facebook group where you have a captive audience, but number two, where you can gather testimonials from that as well, right? But collecting those testimonials are what's really going to help you later on to sell your services, your expertise, your coaching, whatever, sell it at a price, right? Because that's kind of one of the big things that will help you sell is those testimonials. It happens that, when you're starting to give away your free stuff, people actually reach out to you for more help, right? Because they want more individual help. And what that means is more of your personal time,
right?
Okay? And that's when the question starts to kind of rise is, well, should I start charging money for that? And the answer is yes. If it's your own personal time, you want to charge money for that. Now, you can, here's the other thing, is if you don't have a ton of testimonials or you want some better ones, then, you can maybe do your personal coaching or whatever for free for a while until you get those testimonials. But when people actually start reaching out to you, that means that they've gotten enough value that they're probably willing to pay you money for your help.
Yep.
Right? So might as well do it. But the biggest holdup for people is that they typically think it has to be so much more complicated, or that they think that they have to have such a big result.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, there's such a big result.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, there's the infrastructure, but also the result.
Yeah.
Right. You think that you have to have so many more or so much more success than what you currently have, and that's really not the case, right? Because you can really laser target this to a specific result. Like, for example, just growing your following on social media. Twitter, Instagram are very similar. So, I mean, you could even put those two together and say, I can help you grow your social media accounts, right? And help manage those. But, it doesn't have to be like a whole big, long, complicated thing. It could just be a month-to-month coaching thing, or it could even just be a one-time 30-minute or 60-minute consultation.
Right. And you don't need to have, a lot of people think, well, you have to have a membership site set up. You have to figure out integrating with Stripe for payment processing, and just a whole bunch of content created to hand them off right away. No, you don't have to have all that in place, guys, to get going with this. Just how about simply offering them a one-time 30 or 60-minute consultation for $50, right? Or even if you don't go with asking for $50 yet, for $25, okay? And when they say that they're in, simply send them an invoice from PayPal. It's really that simple. You don't have to have all this infrastructure in place. Then you jump on a Zoom call or a phone call and do it right there. It's super simple. So once you've gotten into this string of things a bit, you've gotten a few people through that process, and you've collected some more testimonials, adding to that bucket, right? Now the next step is to get it a bit more streamlined and to scale it up. So now you can put a sales page together, right? You can put an actual sales page together if you're an LSC. You can use Funnelizer, which is great, but including testimonials that you've received. You should have all those screenshots in there, videos if you have any video testimonials. And with the sales page, you can add a button. You can actually add a button to the bottom of your PDF, your free stuff, right? The PDF guide, or on the same page underneath your free video. inviting them to take a look at the next step. If they want more, right, here's the next step. And you can offer that, even at the end of your challenge or your workshop, right? So they get the free stuff first, and you're walking them through the process, offering them the next step.
Yep, exactly. And that's one of the things that, again, we did way too late. We created our free offers, and then people would get to the end of the free offer, and it was oh, thanks, goodbye, right? Yeah. And later on, what we learned is that, well, at the end of the free offer, people typically want more, right? So if you just add a quick little button that says, oh, well, now you can get into our free challenge course, or now you can, check out this free webinar that teaches more about this Twitter strategy, right? And obviously it's a value-based webinar, but at the end there's a sales pitch, right? Or here's, if you want a free 30-minute or 30-minute consultation, and then maybe that leads into a coaching program after the consultation, right?
Right. Or if you're offering
coaching program after the consultation, right?
Right. Or if you're offering paid consultations, right? As simple as going to the sales page that explains what it is and how they can purchase, right? Especially when you're at lower ticket stuff like that, guys, it's really easy to sell that directly off the sales page. It doesn't have to be complicated.
Right.
So you've got all, that's a very simple kind of setup, the first step to go, right? And then you can continue to grow. Once you have your first thing set up and it's working and you understand it, that's when you can continue to add your offerings, like month-to-month coaching, 90-day coaching package, or maybe a 6-month coaching package, live interactive workshops, group coaching, paid webinars, maybe your own digital products, right? But this fits for, again, any industry. Say you're a dog trainer. You could have a 6-week live webinar-based obedience class. Right? If you're a financial planner, you can offer a personal budgeting program with videos and worksheets and downloads, etc. Weekly webinar-based support groups, so people stay plugged in and feel that support that they need for success. If you're in the marketing niche, kind of like what Todd and I do, right, then it's an A to Z training product, a digital product that you can offer.
Right. And the thing is, like, you have to think about, one of the things that you got to think about is, like, well, what do you give, like, the question, what do you give away for free, and then what do you charge money for? So typically what you want is, with the free thing that you give away, you want that to be a lot of value, but something that's like a subset or just a little compacted, abbreviated form of what the paid thing would be. Right, so if you're a dog trainer and you're doing a live 6-week webinar-based obedience class, maybe the free thing would just be, how to teach your dog how to sit and stay, right? So in 3 easy steps or 5 easy steps, right? And then the offer at the end, well, let's do a full 6-week, obedience course, right? So just think about something like that. Like even our Twitter webinar, right? Twitter or Instagram. Typically on the free webinar, we're just teaching a little bit about each part of the process, a little bit about how to do the following and unfollowing, a little bit about how to engage with the audience with the right type of posts, and then a little bit about, how to actually generate leads from that.
Right, but every free thing that you put together, guys, should have a purpose.
Right.
It should have a purpose. So you're not just putting stuff out there just for no reason, but you should have a way to progress them forward, and it should make sense altogether.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Once you have those paid offers in place, you should, since you've already been building an audience with your free offers, those are the first people you should offer the paid stuff to, right? Because you should have already been building your email list. You should have already been building an audience on Facebook, right, with a Facebook group, or if you've been using our Instagram or Twitter strategies, you have an audience on Instagram and Twitter, okay? Or, whatever it is, right? Maybe you've been building a mini chat list as well. But those are the first people you want to offer. The people who've been getting all your free stuff this whole time. Okay, those are the people who are primed and ready to actually start paying you money, right? So those are the first people you want to start offering this to, and give them the first chance to take advantage of that. Okay.
Right. So learning how to take your experience and the expertise that you have in business and in life, and to turn that into an online income, guys. That's really where true freedom comes from, because you're able to generate money as you wish, and you have the confidence to know that you can always have money coming in. It's not contingent or reliant on anybody else, right? No systems, no companies, nothing. It's yours. And so it's that, I think, is a really freedom-based mentality when you're able to create your own, create your own stuff and to offer that to your audience. So with that, guys.
Yeah, the talking about, how and when do you start charging money for your expertise, right? For your personal time, for your training, for higher levels of mentorship. One of the things that that I was told, right, when thinking about what you give away for free and what is it that you charge money for, right? There's a couple of ways to think about, well, what exactly do you give away and what do you charge money for? One thing to consider is that, sometimes it's the information, right? Sometimes it's more information, more in-depth training that people are looking for. And sometimes it's just a higher level of access, right? Sometimes you're teaching the exact same thing, but people are getting more of your personal time to be able to learn it, right? They're getting more hand-holding. They're getting, spoon-fed more of it. And so that's a lot of times what people are looking to pay for, right? Is more of the personal help, not necessarily more information, but more of the personal help to implement what you've already taught them. Okay. And for anybody who's kind of been in the, like right now, I feel like we're a broken record. We talk about the same stuff over and over and over. And a lot of times what people are willing to pay money for is, they're always asking, well, do you have coaching? Do you have blah, blah? It's like, well, it's all there in this in this free thing. But if you want to pay for coaching, yeah, you can definitely pay for coaching. But yeah, sometimes it's just a level of access that they want to pay money for. So you should definitely be comfortable having people pay for that, even though the same information is right there in the free giveaway, right? They can pay for your personal time, right? And then other times it's like during our free webinars, right? We can go for an hour and a half and still only it's the tip of the iceberg, right? And if they want more of that information and more in-depth step-by-step training, well then they can buy the full training course, right? So sometimes it is more of the information that they want access to, right? So there's two different ways to think about it. The other thing is, the other thing that I want to talk about was the testimonials. Why is that important, right? Number one is that when you're doing a free giveaway, right, you're basing the free giveaway based on your own results, right? You've been able to get followers. You've been able to, you generate some leads. You've been able to get interaction on posts. Maybe it's just as simple as that. Maybe some cool ways that you're getting more interaction on your posts. Maybe it's even like the giveaway that we're working on right now is just time management stuff. Right? It's maybe you're just really good at managing your time and you know how to get the squeeze the most out of every single minute of your day to be able to build your business. It could be something as simple as content ideas, right? If you've been doing consistent content every day and you've been really good at providing a variety of different pieces of content that people love, and all that stuff, maybe it's just content ideas for 30 days or 60 days or 100 days. I've seen giveaways like 100 ideas or 100 different headline swipes or something like that, right? Different ideas for headlines for posts on social media or YouTube videos or whatever it is, right? So, and the thing is, the only reason I know I have these ideas is because I've seen them from other people. So it's good to opt into other people's stuff just to get ideas of what they're doing, right? But the whole idea of the free stuff, like I said, one of the ideas is to get the testimonials. That's a really important part, because when you put together the free stuff, you've proven that it can work for you. But when you get the testimonials, autofocus, there we go. When you get the testimonials, now you've proven that it can work for others. Okay, that's the difference. Proving that it has worked for you versus proving that it has also worked for others. And when you've proven that it has worked for others, that's when, for us, that's when we feel the most comfortable that, now we can really start charging some money for this. Okay, and the more testimonials you have, or the better testimonials we have, the sooner you can, the sooner you can actually start charging money. For example, like if I had one really good testimonial, like some guy, maybe even got better results than we did, I would take that testimonial and start charging money. Or, if you don't have, one really great one, if you had a bunch of pretty good ones, then you can do it that way as well. But, even if you had just one really good one, that can sometimes be enough to actually start charging money for something.
Right. And what gets me excited is thinking about all the applications of this, guys. It's not just about teaching people how to market online. It's any industry, right? Like we went through in the call, dog trainers, horse trainers, someone I was talking to recently, their financial stuff. They can rock it out with finances. And I think business finances in particular. So her target audience could be small business owners who are looking to get the most bang for their buck and really be smart in investing in their business and getting a turnaround and all this kind of stuff. And so that can be her target audience. And then she offers them, right, maybe a free video or tip sheet where she goes over, maybe it's a PDF download on the types of exemptions or expenses that are tax deductible or something like that for small business owners. And then at the end of that, she can offer them a free consultation to make sure they're taking as many deductions as they can, or that they're setting up whatever. I'm not a finance person, so but they're setting up something in a very smart way to help their business, right? And so it could just start with a free consultation, and then as she gets more advanced in setting up her online business, right, then it can expand. It can grow into bigger things. But like for us, what slowed us down is that we thought, it's funny, Facebook doesn't like move the feed anymore.
Yeah, I thought
people
nobody
are
was
commenting. I was like, boy, everybody's quiet today.
Yeah.
But there's a whole bunch of comments.
Yeah, just had to scroll down.
So, we thought that we weren't ready to do and offer paid stuff until we had like a full A to Z training in place. And so it took us way too long to do this. Guys, you could opt $20, $50, $100. Like you can do these other things that can really supplement your income, but also teach you on a small scale how to do things well, that allows you to progress into some of those bigger things over time in a much more streamlined fashion.
Right. And the thing is, like the lower tickets, like right now, I really wish we had more of the stuff within, the $20 and less range, right? 7, 10, 15, whatever. Because that's the easiest place to get a customer, right? That's low ticket stuff. And when you're doing that, here's the thing to think about is that now you're building a list of buyers, right? Which is super important. Over the past several months, right? One of the things that we really realized is the importance of having a list full of people who have bought your stuff before. Because once they've bought once people have purchased one thing from you, it's a lot easier for them to purchase more and more and more stuff. Right. So having that buyers list is just so super important, because those are the people who are willing to actually give you money for your expertise. And we really didn't realize the value of that until, it actually happened for us. We started our Twitter training, then the more stuff we offered, well, we realized that it was the same people buying our stuff over and over and over again. Exactly. And so, even just having a simple $7 offer, right? Something where you don't have to have a big complicated webinar to sell on, right? Something where you can just, like on our Facebook challenge, right? It's just a little thing on the side of the welcome video that says, hey, if you want to learn how to do X, right? Something that's going to complement what they learn in the Facebook challenge. If you want to learn more about how to get more people exposed to your opportunity and how to do a proper follow-up and blah, blah, blah. This $7 training is going to be the best $7 you can spend on learning exactly how to do that. We're going to take you through our 5-step process that, practically guarantees a follow-up every single time and blah, 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 right? We talk about the benefits. And, we're making $7 sales with that pretty easy. And we're also building a list of people who want to buy our stuff, right? Without having to do a huge webinar and having to put together a huge membership site and all that stuff.
Right.
So
yeah, Derek was saying he got all kinds of good ideas from us this morning. Good. I mean, that's what, and why this topic came up is because we're working with people with Instagram right now. And so many are saying, okay, well, I have people asking me for personal help with their Instagram accounts because I've grown from X to Y in a month, 6 weeks, whatever. And I'm having people ask me to help them set up theirs and help them to start growing. And they're like, well, should I just do that for free? Should I pay, charge? How do I do that? All this kind of stuff. It can start as simple as a little consultation thing that they send you money over PayPal with. You don't have to have a big, because I know in my mind, especially if I didn't have him and I was in this journey and I was like, well, I got to set all this stuff up first and I got to understand how to integrate websites and all this, and it would really prevent me from taking that action when it can be as simple as communicating with someone. If they want to do it, you send them an invoice through PayPal. There's no setup. it's super, super simple. You don't have to have all that technical stuff in place to get to that step of charging.
Yeah. And Derek brings up a really good point. He has 3 clients that he does one-on-one consultation with, and it's not very expensive, and they're all ready to join MLSP. And that's the other thing, is that whenever someone opts into something, whether it's free or paid, okay, you always want to be thinking about, well, what's the next thing that they would want, right? What's the next thing that if I didn't offer to them, they would go out and buy from someone else, right? And then offer that, right? So if you're offering coaching on just how to get followers on Instagram, you do a one-time consultation. It may only be $25, right? Maybe the next thing you offer them is, well, there is this full course that you can get. And if you're an MLSP, you're an affiliate of it, right? You can give them a link for them to buy the full Instagram course, and then obviously you're an affiliate, so you get a commission from that. Or even if it's something like, well, if you want to generate leads with your Instagram profile, you're going to need a landing page, right? You need lead capture pages. And then again, there's MLSP. You can offer them MLSP and have done for you offers that they can just pop right in there and generate leads with immediately. Same thing is if you're helping people to generate leads on Facebook by posting in Facebook groups. Well, they probably need a landing page for that as well. Right. So even though, they're paying for your coaching, right, for that consultation, but then they're still looking for the next thing, right? There's still other things that they're going to need. So it's real easy to take people from one thing to the next.
Right. But don't let yourself be hung up on not having all those things in place, or understanding what that progression is going to be. Get started with just little consultation things, sending them PayPal links. It's that simple. And ask yourself, like, what's your walkaway number? Like, when can you quit your job or retire your spouse? Like, how much you really have to make per month to do that? And when you start on this path, guys, you can get there so much faster. You really, really can. But it's a journey, and so you have to get started. Get started with it. Yes, so doable. And I love thinking about other businesses, right? People from different walks of life. I mean, even, talking with home health nurses who are passionate about caring for homebound people, right? And helping maybe provide resources for caregivers who are caring for their mom, dad, their child, whatever that's a chronically ill person. And there's tons of different places, directions. You can take any skill set that you have. Go back to your profession, to your college degrees, to what you're learning online, to being a mom, right? There's anything that you can take, and you can make this into an online business where you're building that brand, you're creating products, you're serving an audience. I mean, I've actually bought a fashion course, same price point as our Twitter and Instagram stuff. And it was applying everything that we teach here in MLSP, everything that we do.
Yeah, it was a good webinar.
It was a great webinar, and she sold into a fashion course, teaching you how to dress nice, right? Because she was a personal shopper and I forget what they call it, but like helps people dress. I don't even know. See, not my area of expertise, but she had a skill and she applied it to the online world. Todd bought something about how to make you jump higher.
Oh, just because I wanted to see the funnel.
Right, but it was cool. Right? How to jump higher.
Yeah.
How to increase your vertical.
Yeah.
You can take anything and create this kind of stuff for it, guys. And so that's what's really exciting. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that going forward as time progresses and internet and digital products become more and more normalized and accessible for people. It's really exciting to think about where you want to head and the different directions that are open to you.
Right, and that's a cool thing about these are digital products, right? They're online, so you don't have anything that you have to ship out, right? There's none of those logistics. You don't have to have warehouse or storage or all of the shipping and returns and all that stuff. Products getting lost in the mail or stolen on people's doorsteps.
Right. But thanks, Derek. That's very kind. But think about this. So say you have something. When you're like, for what Todd and I do when we teach you about social media, well, social media always changes. That's something that's very difficult to make ever, like something you make it once and it's good forever. So you can put it in a CD, right? But you could do that. So say you're in financial planning or dog training or whatever, those things that if you don't want to deal with setting up a website, like a membership site or anything yet, okay, if you can burn a CD on your computer, and you might have to get an additional drive.
Now I think they do flash drives.
Oh, right.
CDs are like 90s layer.
We don't even have them, so I can't. So yeah, so a USB drive, right? So you could just put your files on a USB drive, drop it in the mail. There's ways around the technical stuff. It's not that hard. You just got to think outside the box. It's really exciting. So thank you very much, Derek. I appreciate that. If you're working on anything or have thoughts or ideas on different directions that you want to go that are outside the box and use your expertise, sorry, I can't read and talk.
I think it would be great to have a training that shows someone how to, they could make $7 online. Yeah, we charge $7 for that.
Yes, a USB drive, not a CD. Well, I don't know what I was thinking. We don't even have CD drives on our computers. But you can take, this is a really cool direction to go. Think outside the box. Think about where your expertise is. Life planning as a mom, right? Like how to manage the household, organizing your life, all this kind of stuff. You can use all of this, take your expertise, and you can use it to build your brand online, to serve an audience, and to offer them something that they will pay money for. It's really cool.